for making Saint Central
your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shade for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, money like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Appreciate y'all being in this thing. Big ups to the entire Black and Gold family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have an intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. What's popping? Big ups to you guys and a round of applause. And that's the final right there. Saints will lose 16-10 against the San Francisco 49ers, man. We had an opportunity toward the end, but couldn't get it. So the Saints get their first loss of the preseason, one game remaining. You know, we could have did a little bit better than that, but unfortunately, Saints get the loss today. So, you know, whatever. Preseason, right? All right, so let's hit the final stats on the game before we get ready to kind of go into the post-game stuff. And just for the family members that want to know about the postseason game and everything pertaining to the interviews, the post-game interviews, we will have all of that and then some tonight. You guys just stay where you are, and I promise I'll bring that in. I'll have all of that tuned up for you guys tonight. So anyway, let's hit some of these team statistics right here. I want to hear from you guys, and let me know in the chat how you guys felt about the performance tonight. Y'all grade the player. Jake Haener is in there. It's for you to grade his performance tonight. All right, here's the downs. 20 first downs for the Niners, 19 for the Saints in the season and in the game finale. Saints were 1 of 11. 1 of 11. 1 for 11 in third down efficiency. That's not going to cut it. The Niners were 5 of 15. Not great, but a lot better than what the Saints did. 1 for 11 is not going to cut it at any stretch. But they were 3 of 4 on fourth down. That's crazy. All right, Niners were 1 of 1. Total plays 67 all. 315 to 271 in total yards. Total drives 10 to 10. Yards per play, 4.7, almost 5 yards per play for the Niners versus 4 by the Saints. 222 yards passing by the Niners, 137 by the Saints. They average almost 5 yards per throw. Saints 4.3. The sacks 2 by the Saints, 2 by the Niners. The Saints did have a very good running game tonight, family. 134 yards off of 35 carries. Averaged almost 4 yards per run. The 49ers had 93 yards off of 22 carries with a 4.2 average. red zone. Saints only one time they were in the red zone. Niners were there 1 out of 3. Saints defense did do a pretty good job of keeping them off out of the touchdowns. The offenses, whether it was Carr or Haener or Spencer Rattler, didn't do enough to get, if they scored another touchdown, the Saints would have won this preseason game. But 1 of 11 on third downs will help you lose a game. Saints had the turnover, which was a Spencer Rattler's fumble. He didn't play well in my estimation. You see the time of possession was basically neutralized, 30-31 versus 29-29. And like I said, a lot of opportunities lost right here on this 1 of 11. All right, let's go into the box stats, fam, and go into that and talk about the box statistics as Jake Haener finished 7 of 13 for 76 yards, 71.3 rating. He averaged almost 6 yards per throw. Derek Carr, 7 of 9 for 47 yards, 5.2 yards per throw, 88.4 on the rating. Spencer Rattler was 4 of 8 for 27 yards, 3.4 on the average. He was sacked twice, a rating of 57.8. The San Francisco 49ers, Josh Dobbs, 12 of 21 for 133, 6.3 average, 76.1 rating. Tanner Mordecai, 4 for 6 for 44 yards, and he was sacked once, a rating of 88.2. They had 4 touchdowns, 4 quarterbacks, none of them had a touchdown, except for Josh Dobbs did run 3 times for 25 yards, averaged 8.3 yards per rush. He had a rushing touchdown that helped them. Brandon Allen, 7 of 10 for 36 yards, and Brock Purdy, 2 for 6 for 11. And like I said, you see Josh Dobbs was their top rusher. Matt Breida had 7 carries for 24 yards in the matchup. You look at the Saints rushers. Jordan Mims was 10 carries for 37 yards. Jamal Williams, 5 for 32, 6.4 average. James Robinson, 5 carries for 27 yards, 5.4 yard average. Taysom Hill had 5 carries for 21 yards in the score. Jacob Cavaldi had 6 carries for 10 yards, less than 2 yards in average. Spencer Rattler scrambled 3 times for 5 yards. Not much shaking on that. You look at the Saints receiving. Mason Fairchild, 3 catches, 3 targets, 31 yards. Chris Olave, 3 catches for 26 yards off of 4 targets. A.T. Perry, thrown at 6 times, 2 catches, 24 yards. Bud Means, 2 for 2 for 16. Kevin Austin Jr., 3 attempts, 1 catch for 12 yards as well. So you look at the 49ers, Jacob Cowing, 4 catches, 51 yards. Cameron Latu, 3 catches for 30 yards. Matt Breida, 2 for 25. Braden Willis, 3 for 24 for the 49ers. And then, of course, you look at the fumbles and turnovers. Alex Barrett recovered a fumble by Spencer Rattler. Shane Lemieux fumbled the ball off his leg during the snap. Spencer did retrieve that as well. Saints sloppy at that point. Tackles, Anthony Orji. We know Monty Rice did a lot last game. He had 7 tackles to lead the team. It was Anthony Orji tonight. 8 tackles for Anthony Orji. Rajon Wright, 5 tackles. Jonathan Abram has 4. Mike Rose, 4. Jordan Howden with 4. And Jordan gave up the open field tackle that Josh Dobbs was able to score on. You stop him right there. The Saints win this game if he makes that tackle. But it didn't happen. Tatum Bethune, 10 tackles for his squad. Jalen Graham, 6, 5 for Malik Mustafa. Tracy Walker, 3. The third had 5 tackles as well for them. 1 sack by Kaliki Hudson for the Saints. Also, Carl Granderson got 1, so the Saints were able to have 2 sacks in the game tonight. Now, in terms of the 49ers, they were able to get home twice, 2 against the Saints in terms of their sacks. Jalen Graham had 1, and Alex Barrett had another. He had the sack and strip for the 49ers. Kick returners for the Saints, Jordan Mims, 2 for 44, 22-yard average. James Robinson, 1 for 27 yards. Cedric Wilson had 1 punt return for 8 yards. Blake Grupe was 1 for 1. Lou Headley, 3 punts, 116, average under 40 yards a punt, had 1 touchback. Nothing there. Matt Highball, 2 punts, 96 yards, 48-yard average there. 50 was the longest punt. Nothing spectacular. You won't know what spectacular was. Presley Harvin III, the punter for the 49ers, had 4 punts. All four of them landed inside of the 20 and pinned the Saints back. He had 187 yards and averaged almost 47 yards per punt. The longest punt he had was 56. He really stepped up. And, of course, Jake Moody, 3 of 4 for the 49ers kicking. kicking game to help them stay ahead of this thing, man. You remember he missed a field goal too that could have probably added a little extra to this. But it is what it is. In the preseason matchup, the Saints go down, man. They lose their first preseason game. They're now 1-1. The next matchup will be against the Titans, I think they got next. Is it the Titans? I forget. Shit, I just want this stuff to get over with. I just want it over with. All right, big ups to y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here, man. Like I said, we'll kind of move and we'll have Dennis Allen and whoever they're going to bring up on the post game. In a while, you don't have to go anywhere. We'll make sure we pump that in directly to y'all. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you don't mind, hit the hell out the like button. It helps us out. And let's y'all feel free to answer the poll in the chat. Grade the player, Jake Haener. How did he do tonight, fam? All right, people gave him a C grade. 48% of our pollers says that they gave Jake Haener a C. 18%. Well, 32% gave him a D. 19% gave him a B, and 2% gave him an A. Okay, so 47% is a C. So Jake has a C. I think what was Carr had a B. So the quarterback, so Derek Carr got a B from y'all. Jake Haener got a C. Spencer got what Spencer had, a C or a D? I forgot which one it was. But y'all ain't being too tough tonight. Y'all y'all ain't being too tough on old Carr and them tonight, man. All right, thank y'all, man. All right, CB says Derek Carr is our QB. We need to buy the ticket and take the ride. He's a quarterback, and it's not going to change right now. Thank you, Demi. Appreciate you. Much love. Appreciate you for spending y'all valuable time with me, man. Like I said, we still got some of this post-game stuff coming up from the Saints that'll be popping up here in about 2 minutes, I want to say. So we'll be hearing from them in the post-game interview section of the show. Then after that, fam, we'll kind of open up the phone lines for a little bit, let y'all chime in. Thomas says we passed up on 2 field goals. San Fran took their 3 field goals, was the best decision by DA. I don't know, it's preseason, but DA tend to do this in the season also. Yeah, the Saints was trying to go and get it. That's what it was. They were trying to go and get it. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out tonight. But, Saints had a good chance at the last series if Jake Haener puts the ball up high, if he treats A.T. Perry as the 6'4", 6'5" wide receiver he is. He had an advantage over that tall wide receiver. And then the safety didn't get over there until later on after the ball was down, then the guy hits his own safety. But if Jake Haener treats him like the 6'5" wide receiver he is and put the ball up high, A.T. Perry could have had a shot at that. That's on Haener. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Thomas, for that, man. Thank you. Fuck too kind. Yeah, we need them. It's like I said, it's a lot of the young guys, and that's something where we look at it, and we expect that with players with limited reps. We expect them not to be as perfect as some of our other starters. All right, shout out to you, Des. Says Dobbs needs to be the starter. I got you. Appreciate you, Debbie. Desi, thank you, Desi. Hoffa says the 49ers is going to be, this year with Brock. Now, I don't know, bro. Brock, they got a good system out there. Eugene says, Big Q, I got 2023 Josh Dobbs PTSD tonight. Yeah, Josh Dobbs is running around doing the same shit he did to the Saints in that Minnesota game. You're running around, scrambled around. Jordan Howden missed the open field tackle that could have stopped. If he'd have tackled him right there, man, we'd have won. We probably would have. That would have been it. That would have eliminated the touchdown that they had. That would have eliminated that. But it wasn't meant to be, man. It's just one of those things that happen in preseason, and you just chalk it up. Warrior 93 says Bosa will get chipped most of the time, and sometimes we'll see the good one-on-ones. All I know is wouldn't be surprised if Penning man handles Bosa if he's trying to get fancy. Yeah, Bosa is an elite level defensive end that is incredibly difficult to block. Most times people do slide protection to his side because he's so dangerous. His speed, power, he's a natural at it. And they're just awesome. So yeah, Penning, man, we could be so fortunate if Penning can get up the game fast. But tonight, a family member was graded Penning out pretty good. People gave Penning a B and a C tonight, or I forgot what it was. I think it was a B. I have to go back in the chat. But people graded Penning actually pretty good tonight. They actually did grade Penning out as actually pretty good tonight. So that it wasn't a bad situation at all. In my opinion, I think he really did good. Now you base that on what we seen from him over the last few weeks, the last matchup in the preseason game. Boy, he saved himself a lot of stress tonight, because they were really looking at him like, man, if he don't do it now, then we need to see something. Because last week it looked like he didn't know how to do what, he did his technique. He didn't know. He looked told like he never played football before. Like the things that he was doing from an offensive lineman perspective was like, this guy is like never played the game before. Super raw. But now, you're seeing him kind of settle in, get comfortable, and the Saints left him out there for a long time so he can be able to get, and he was doing a good job out there, to be honest with you. He was doing an excellent job out there, to be honest with you, fam. So, we'll just give him some credit tonight. The family members gave him a lot of love. All right. Thank you, Warrior 93. Big ups to you. All right. Michael says Penning, garbage. You can't. You can't persuade me. Q Penning is garbage, bro. Come on, man. Michael? Let's keep it real, bro. Did he do a good job tonight, brother? Come on, fair is fair. You gotta be fair. You can't beat the man up if he do a good job tonight, brother. That wouldn't be doing it right. That wouldn't be fair. We couldn't say we're fair if we beat up Penning tonight. No, Penning did a good job tonight. He really did. He wasn't perfect, but we wasn't calling for perfection. We just wanted him to show us that he can do the job. And he showed you tonight that he did when you go back and look at the tape of this one, Penning did a very good job tonight. He wasn't perfect, but he did a much better job than what he did in the previous preseason game. You got to give him that. I can't beat him up on that. 504 says if Malik Willis is available after cuts, I'm letting Haener go. Go teach his second grade PE class. Q, I got you, brother. I hear you. All right. Hoffa says, yeah, that's why we need a safety. Julia says, Carr B plus, Rattler C minus, Haener is a D. Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate you that. Yeah, I got it. There it is right there, bro. I got it tuned up here now. I don't at the podium, I don't see anything now. So I got him here. So we'll see. All right. Anyway, CB says, I'm a little more optimistic after tonight. Maybe we can manage 10 wins. Okay, thank you, bro. We still got another preseason game left to go. See if we can put this stuff together. You know what I mean? All right. Penny was mauling some 49. Yeah, you got to give him credit on it. I can't throw him I can't trash him tonight. L-Dub says they should never have let Blake Gilligan go. Yeah. Eugene's Q, thank you for putting me on to Jay-Z's. Thank you. That's been blasting my pizza. You're quite welcome, Eugene. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Jigga, one of the best ones, bro, that ever did it, man. All right, Michael says, you say Trevor will handle him when he says when all he's been doing is getting handled. Nah, you can't beat him up tonight, Michael. You can't beat him up, man. Jamal Williams did a good job. That's right. Tim says, did Flopsky get cut tonight, Q? No, I don't. He was out there doing the best he could do, bro. You know what? Maybe I need to put up a question in the chat to the family members, man, asking them who did worse tonight. Was it he called the man Flopsky? Was it Isaiah Foskey? My brother is Foskey, my brother, not Flopsky. It's crazy. Oh man, Flopsky the snowman. Is that what's going on? Nah. Who was worse? Was it? I ain't gonna say Flopsky, man. I ain't gonna call a man that. But was it him or was it Peyton Turner? Who did worse in your book? You know what I'm saying? Who do y'all think it was? Y'all put it in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Was it who was it? Who played worse? In your opinion, y'all put it in the chat. Let me know. All right, Willard. What's up, Willard? How you doing, brother? He says, how did Rattle look to you, Q? I mean, he struggled mightily tonight, bro. He had a fumble. He recovered one fumble. He had a fumble. You know, he looked like a rookie, bro. I'm gonna just put it like that to you, Will. He looked like a rookie, bro. He looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie, and that he to me he didn't have a really good game. I thought he'd have a better performance with a better offensive line, but yeah, Spencer, he looked like a rookie tonight, and that's all good. He's supposed to do that. That's what he was supposed to do. He's supposed to kind of struggle. He's a rookie, that's all right. All right, let's see. Another JLJ benefit highs presentation says who's next week. Hold on, fam. We got here goes.
It's never okay. It's never acceptable, regardless of what the whether it's a preseason game or not. So we have a lot of things we have to improve on. But look, I thought there were some good things. I thought, early in the game, I thought the defense, in particular with some short fields, did some good stuff, and limited their, points on some short field situations. And then kind of once we had a chance to, get the field position a little bit better, I thought offense, they're at the end of the, into the first quarter and the second quarter, I thought we had a, really nice, long drive. Thought we ran the ball well in that drive. And we were able to convert that, with a red zone score, so I was really pleased with, overall what we were able to get once we kind of got, some field position. Obviously, early on in the game, we got a couple of drives where we're backed up, and it made it a little bit more challenging. I think Sed had a play that he could have made over on the sideline, would have potentially gotten us a first down that, might have, kind of got us going just a little bit. But overall, I saw some positive signs. Thought we were a little bit better up front early on. And then I thought as the game wore on, I thought our execution wasn't nearly as good as it needed to be, as we got into kind of our second and third phase with our guys, both offensively, defensively, really, and in the kicking game. And so, a lot of things that we have to get cleaned up, but I did see some positive signs to try to build on.
You would have more back McKinstry?
He has a knee injury. I think we avoided, anything serious. Now, what kind of time we're looking at, I really have no idea. But I think we escaped that I think we escaped the game, at least on initial report, without any major injuries.
EA, was that long drive kind of how you envisioned what the offense to look like?
Well, look, yeah, I mean, I like our ability to be able to run the football, some play action passing game. I think, certainly I'd like for us to be able to get some explosive plays. I know this team that we just played traditionally doesn't give up a lot of explosive plays, so I think we knew kind of going into the game, that would be kind of challenging. But in the way that we were able to run the football, on that drive, I thought that was, really, really encouraging.
What would you say about the decisions to not field punts inside the 10? Did you?
Yeah, I think for the most part, I thought we probably should have fielded most of those. I think there may have been one that I thought was a good decision to let that go. And but yeah, I thought we probably could have fielded a couple of those that we didn't.
Did something happen to Dolan Hofer pregame?
He sprained his ankle pregame. Prior to really pregame, just throwing with the quarterbacks early on. So,
Dennis, can you get into what you saw out of your defensive front in those first couple drives of the game, particularly in the pass rush?
Yeah, look, I mean, I thought early on we did some good things. I thought rushing coverage was working well together. So yeah, I mean, I think, we've got some guys that I think have a chance to affect the quarterback. And I thought, from a pass coverage standpoint, obviously losing JaQuincy there early in the game, kind of changed some things. Obviously, with Lattimore already out and Adebo already out, but I thought overall, from a pass coverage standpoint, I thought we were able to hold up pretty good.
Brzee got the start over Saunders. Have you seen something from Brzee lately that you wanted to at least get him a look there?
Yeah, look, he's done some good things. He's been, probably a little bit more improved as a run player, which I think is good. And I think, he's a guy that we got to continue to work to get him into the best football shape that he can be in, because when he's, rested and feeling good, he's a pretty good player, and so how can we get him to, be able to string together 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays, and still, be conditioned to play at the level that we need him to. And so that was part of the reason I think, we kept him in there, for that 2-minute drive is to try to, get him some of that work.
I know you haven't looked at the film, but just initial impressions of Rattler and Haener.
Yeah, it'd probably be unfair for me to, say. I mean, I thought there was a couple of plays there late in the game where I thought Jake did some really nice things. I thought it was a little, kind of disjointed, when Spencer was in there, and I don't think it was all his fault. I mean, the one play, the ball's on the ground on the snap, so, we'll have to go back and look at it. But, I really thought there were some good things that we did, with the first group. And yet there's some things that we have to be better at. And then I thought, after that, it was, a little inconsistent and sloppy at times.
Was the plan to play those regulars 3 series, or just did you want to see how it went? On offense.
Well, look, I mean, I think we went into this game saying, we wanted to get our ones probably, quarter and a half, 15 plays, somewhere in that vicinity. When we went on the long drive offensively, I was like, let's just keep them in there and let's finish this drive, and then once we were able to finish the drive and get the touchdown, I'd seen enough of the, first wave of guys.
How much did the joint practices being canceled affect your decision on? Would you have played them even if you had the joint practices?
Well, look, I mean, obviously that's a hypothetical question, so I don't really know, I think you go into all these games and it's really based on what I feel like we need, and certainly I felt like where we were, that our guys needed to go in and play in a game-like situation. And so we played them. And the plan was to play them quarter and a half, 15 plays, somewhere in there. I don't remember what the final numbers came out to be, but that was kind of the thought process going in. And look, we'll go through the practices this week, and somewhere around, towards the end of the week, we'll make a decision on, who and how much we want to play in this final preseason game.
And I know it's, again, not looking at the film, but is Rico Payton kind of helping his cause maybe a little bit?
I thought he did some really good things. They tested him, threw the ball down the field on him, several times. And so, yeah, I think he's done some good things.
Yeah, you get a feel for your team? I mean, do you have a feel for your team at this point?
Yeah, I got a better feel for him, and yet, I don't think the final verdict's out yet in terms of what we got, or what we're going to be. I know what we're building towards, and I like a lot of the things that I see. I like a lot of things that I'm feeling from our group. And yet there's some things that I think we still got to improve on.
You mentioned about getting away and the level you come
Yeah, look, it's been good. You know, it's been really good. I think we got a close team. I think we got a close group. So I like that part of, where we're at.
You mentioned the kind of the starting position 49ers had. Would you kind of make up the punting game?
I think they won the punting battle. I think they did a better job of, pinning us down than we were able to do. So that's what I thought. All right, all good. Thanks.
Thanks, Dick.
She might call me Santa Fran, but I'm the cleanup man.
Feel sweet, your girlfriend off her feet. The reason I know so much about him is because he's moved up an old girl of mine.
Swept her right off her feet and into the jag.
Doing this, Alec. Oh man, shout out to y'all, man. As we deal with that was a lot of going on. He had the reporters doing it, man. That's this we gotta clean up the brother. The do not inspire confidence. The is just like, I don't know, brother. It's a lot of going on. Too much damn. A lot of going on up there, man. Too much going on up there, Dennis Allen. Come on now, bro. Put your goddamn thoughts together, why don't you? All right, L. Bear says, keep it vanilla. Don't show anything. We'll know what we have after the third and fourth regular season game. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Bullard Family Travel Vlog. Shout out to you. So we have to keep track of that. Improve upon, end quote. Also, thank you, bro. Cartel Bowl says, there goes the pie.
Now go on. You take care of the cake. You possum puss, get that punch out there or you'll get one from me. Go on.
What's happening? How y'all doing?
What worked so well for the run game tonight?
You said what?
What worked so well for the run game tonight?
I think we just getting chemistry, and that's all. Just really just getting chemistry and just moving the ball together. So things just coming together. It just take time. So
do you think that can be kind of an important part of your offense or the identity of your offense? The way like that third drive that you guys had, it was 10 runs on a 16-play drive.
Yeah, run it. Yeah. Run the ball. Yeah, be ready. That's all. Run the ball. That's it.
You guys, long stay out here in California. Did you accomplish what you guys wanted to, and are you eager to get back home?
Say it again.
You had a long stay out here in California.
Yeah, never in my life have I ever stayed in a hotel for over a month. So
you eager to get home?
Yeah, my mental is done. But I'm having fun with my team and everything. But I'm ready to go and see my cats. Honestly, I got cats, and I know they are going crazy right now, wondering where their dad is at. So I'm ready to get home. Honestly.
Do you feel like you guys were able to bond out here for extended part though? Like, did that play any difference? Like, you feel closer to your team now than maybe you did months ago?
My personal opinion, we could have did this in New Orleans, but you do what you need to do for your teammates, and then, I mean, we all together anyway, so it's just we going through it together, so we good.
What did you make of some of the runs that Taysom was able to work off?
Yeah, it was good runs. Like, he getting down the hill, just running down, pad level, just what he does. So, like, just give him a little lane, let him do his thing. So, but he a great runner, doing his thing. Like, he's just a great athlete. So, you give him those opportunities, he's gonna take them. Gucci? Oh, this is the greatest freaking one ever. Like, this is easy shit.
Have a great day. Going home, baby.
All right. Shout out to you. Protect Sapes, thank you for the super chat, fam. Says possums. Yes. Yeah, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Are you here all the time?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. No, we got.
Okay. So what's the process that you've gone through learning a lot of offenses?
Yeah.
What's the process in like the QBI? How is it different? Where do you think you are at?
Yeah. So I've, as you know, had a lot of experience, with that kind of off season of, hey, we all got to learn something new. And so one thing that I've done, from OTAs to training camp to now is, just trying to get those extra reps. One of the things I always dive in mentally and study it and learn it and that kind of stuff. But, getting those reps. So I would come out to practice early and run through the practice, 2 times. I'd run through it with my coaches, and then we'd stretch, and then we'd actually have the practice. And I just felt like getting those extra reps has helped me mentally get ready to play faster, not just to know it, but to be able to play with it.
It's only preseason. Was that 95-yard drive? Was that just encouraging for you guys to be able to sort of put things together?
Yeah, I think it feels good for the coaches too, for us to execute, we had a couple explosives in there, some fourth down, young players, different guys playing different spots, but it's always hard too in the preseason because, you're just calling like the basic, stuff no one wants to show anything, but still like the competitor, and you still want to go out there and compete and, and make something happen. And so being able to go down and, get a touchdown, punch it in, it definitely was like kind of like a monkey off the back, like kind of like a relief, like, all right, we can score, so it definitely felt nice to do that.
What do you think was so effective about the run game, especially on that drive? What was working well for you guys?
It's hard to say without me seeing it because I'm booting away and not watching them. But I felt like it started at the line of scrimmage, to get the runner started. I felt like every time I was finished my boot and I would look, he was into the second level untouched. And that right there is, great job. That comes down to communication. Guys will get beat every now and then. That's the NFL. But whenever you see guys getting into the second level full speed like that, that's good communication and guys doing the right thing. So that's just what I could notice from my viewpoint.
I mean, I think, like you said a few weeks ago, that the run game is your favorite part of this offense. I mean, is that just to see it kind of crystallize? Is that kind of like an example of what you're talking about?
Absolutely. Like everything is going to be off the run game, because then it opens up the play actions, all the different stuff, the bootlegs, everything. And so, for us to, do what we want to do, that's what it starts with. And so to see that come together, and that's the real cool thing about the preseason too, is like that's the time to get those live reps of the run game because you can't cut guys. You're not really taking your guys to the ground in practice and stuff like that. So this is full tilt, real runs, and I'm sure it made the offensive line, the backs, and the tight ends feel good about what they were doing.
You gonna dial up Major League quite well?
Yeah, for the 2 young quarterbacks, isn't that y'all heard about that? Both of them never seen Major League. Me and Janoko making Major League references, and they're like, "Yeah, I have no idea." I'm like, that's. And one of them hasn't seen Remember the Titans, but that's a whole nother story. But
that one's even more surprising.
It's a football movie, and it's recent,
Jamal was just saying how eager he is to get home. Are you, after almost a month out here, are you ready to get?
I am. I'm ready to get back home. Yeah, I miss New Orleans, and I miss being at home. I miss my wife, miss my kids. So I can't wait. Can't wait to get back home and see them. Even though they start school, so I'll get home and I won't even see them till about 3. But it'll still be nice to be able to sleep in your own bed again. Have your own routine again. But for sure, my family's always around, so I do miss them.
Where do you feel like the timing is for just you and some of your receivers now after a few weeks, and particularly like in the games themselves?
I think it's good. Yeah, I think I tried my best. I was really stressing too, like throwing them on time. Not. Taking a second hitch or anything like that. I was really trying my best to throw those things on time because this is the time you don't want to mess up, but it's okay to mess up. When it's the preseason, and so I was trying to throw them on time, and we had one. He almost made the play, but that's a trust throw versus press, and to get that live rep, that's real football. And so I feel very confident, with where those guys are, and as our guys continue to get healthy and. Adding everybody into the mix, I feel confident with those guys for sure. Good? Oh, yeah. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, that's Mr. Derek Carr. Let's give him a round of applause, man. All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the stream, man. Big ups to everybody, man. The Saints, man. Barisi. Ryan Barisi.
Hey, I feel like DH mentioned kind of like putting you out in the 2-minute drive to get you more into football shape. How do you feel kind of that conditioning is gone? And is there something that I know you hurt a little bit, but is that just coming back from the injury? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think, even just that week off can kind of slow you down a little bit. So just, any chance I can get like in that situation to get out there and get real football reps and get myself, into the best shape I can for the season is always helpful. So.
You got to start tonight. I mean, that happened last season. Is that maybe a sign of your growth, your progress?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, whatever the coaches, tell me and whatever I can do to help this team is what I'm going to do. So, whatever position they put me in is kind of, I just roll with it. So.
I know you guys aren't being exotic on offense. I mean, on defense, and they're not being exotic on offense. But how important is it to get those, 3 and outs and get the defense off the field on third downs?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important always. Obviously takeaways and 3 and outs are definitely the main focus for a defense. And, so when we get those, that's definitely a win for the defense. And, any way we can get them, sometimes it's not always pretty, but, whenever you're able to get a 3 and out, it's a big deal for a defense and getting the offense, kind of into a groove and, just kind of helps the whole team, the morale. So.
You guys getting close to getting the quarterback on the ground, but you couldn't quite get in there. I mean, I guess it's a frustrating thing, but I mean, you guys are in the neighborhood. So is that encouraging to be that close and figure at some point you're going to be closing out?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks, when you're that close and can't get it finished. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the games and the rushes and how everyone rushed together and ran these games together. It's just, it's good to see those things come clean and, whether, the ball gets out a little quicker than you want it to or not. It's obviously good right now to kind of have those things happen and just see how people work together. It's everything's different with different people on the field. So games are run different. All rushes are different. It just depends on who's out there. So everyone kind of getting a feel for each other, rushing and all that kind of stuff has been good for us.
Is that unique in terms of have you ever been on a defense that there's been this many different combinations that you can throw out to pass rush and have elite rushers and respond?
Yeah, no, I mean, in college we definitely had some exotic blitzes and that stuff with Coach Venables, but this is definitely just it's different. It's a different game. So there's different packages here that we might run more often than we did in other places in college or whatever. But yeah, we have great guys all up and down the line that are all super capable of rushing the passer and getting to them. So yeah, I mean, there's different varieties of ways to get a lineman to do certain things that you want them to make rushes happen a certain way. So yeah, just trying all that kind of stuff out and seeing what works.
I think we saw it tonight, but it's been it. What do you made of Cam Jordan kicking inside and playing next to him? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, Cam is he'll do anything that's asked of him and does it well. So he hasn't really skipped a beat coming inside and rushing, and he's been really, really good. So just trying to get the best guys out there to rush in whatever position it is, and kind of everyone's just having that same mindset, just doing whatever the job is that they're asked of, and that's been really, really good for the D-line.
And I know you have a full year's worth of tape, but do you find that offensive linemen are still surprised by your spin move at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about setting that up, so you got to do different things in order to kind of set that move up. But I try to pull it out when I hope it's going to work. And yeah, I mean, I think just setting moves up the right way, and whether it's a spin or any other move, just setting things up the right way, and that's kind of the main thing on different moves.
Forgive me for not knowing, but did you learn that at Clemson, or where did you get that to your bag?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely worked it a little bit at Clemson. I feel like it's kind of became more of one of my, moves that are in the bag for me more in the NFL. So, but yeah, just working on the craft, trying to get my, there's always little things to fix on it and different steps, footwork, hand, there's just a bunch of different things that need to go right for you to be able to work that move. And, I've just been, really, really hammering, trying to perfect it.
Is that kind of like the natural part of playing in the NFL, figuring what works doesn't? Like, what is that process like?
Yeah, definitely. And, there's always different ways to work, like different moves, whether it's just a feel thing and you get too high on a rush and need to come back, or if it's something you set up in your mind where, it's going to be your first move. But again, just it's two different games. So there's obviously different things that work in college that don't work here. And so you got to find, whatever works for you and really perfect those couple of moves.
Another thing you mentioned too is it feels like you've taken some strides as a run defender. Where have you noticed your game improved in that level?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a few different things. I think kind of just understanding block schemes better this year and kind of what to expect. And, it comes with a lot of work on the sleds and all that kind of. Focused on.
We hear coaches say, one of the reasons they like doing stuff like taking camp on the road is because you get everyone kind of together. Everyone has, there's less distractions. Everyone's kind of got a better opportunity to bond and come closer as a team. Just curious, obviously you had one training camp in Metairie, one training camp here. Do you feel like that has happened this offseason where there's been a little bit more, bonding, everyone's a little closer?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's together, obviously, constantly out here. We sleep in the same spot, eat everywhere in the same spot. And, but I mean, even back in NOLA, whether it's here or there, like, we'll always go do defensive line dinners together or whatever it is, just to build that bond outside of just, the couple hours together the couple hours a day we're together, in the facility or during practice or during meetings. So whether it's going to get dinner, going to bowl, whatever it is, there's just different things that can make a bond even stronger than just, inside the locker room or on the field. So
why is that important? Just, like Tyron talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
What makes that so important?
I think it builds a lot of trust between each other and just getting to spend time and really get to know your teammates. And it's just a chemistry that you build that's not only at, practice or in film. And it's good to see people outside and just get to spend time and not, always be in that football mode when you're hanging out with them and getting to get outside and just hang out and just, just nothing, just get to joke and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely important.
Sorry if you got asked this, but the spin move, is that something you really want? You already got asked?
Yeah. No, all good.
Another side you've been asked is you seem like you're playing with more speed. You seem like you're playing freer, easier. Kind of is everything clicking going into years?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's starting to. It's obviously not completely there yet, and there's a lot of room I still have to grow. But things have definitely kind of slowed down a little bit for me, and it's allowed me to kind of play more free and just play fast.
A lot of times, throughout the past couple of weeks, they talk about Chase Young adding to the defense. Kind of talk about what you add to the younger players on defense, like Christian Boyce.
Yeah, I mean, whatever I can do to help those guys out, whenever there's questions, whenever, I went through it last year, it's a lot to take in, coming from college and it's a whole new playbook, it's a whole new system, it's a whole new game. And so, whatever I can do to help those guys, whether it's practice, film, whatever I can do, I try to, because I had vets that did that for me. So it's just kind of a pass down thing. So, and obviously they still help him as well. And all the younger guys. So whatever I can do to help.
Have you become a better film watcher?
Say it again.
Have you become a better film watcher?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's another skill that you have to practice and really learn what you're looking at. And these older guys in the room helped me do that last year. And, we go in on our off day and all watch film together. So, you just get a better understanding of what you're looking at and what you're supposed to be watching. So
I know it's like it's preseason and it's exhibition and everything, but it's encouraging that through two games you guys have been getting after the quarterback and doing it in camp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's obviously always a goal, on a big third down to rush a passer, whenever it is. But when you're able to disrupt a quarterback, that's huge for the whole defense. When the DBs don't have to cover as long, whenever there's certain things you can do and on the D line, if that's rushing the passer, and we've done a better job at that through these two games, like you said, it's still preseason, but definitely something we're going to try to carry into the regular season.
I mean, like last year, just like by y'all's own standards, was not up there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a point of emphasis, among you guys that getting kind of back to where you've been?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, through all of camp, we've really been focusing on that and just doing different things we can, working different moves, just talking together, you know, seeing what stuff works for each other and what moves might work on this guy that you've done. And all that kind of stuff helps, just you know, talking with each other. And I think we've done a better job of that this year, just communicating and we just watching film together, like all that kind of stuff has definitely progressed from last year to now.
So like it's almost like a chemistry thing then among the two lines, just kind of knowing how each other like, works on.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you.
Shout out to Brian Bursey, man, stepping it up. I'm looking forward to seeing Brian Bursey step up and try to get a starter position in the interior of the Saints defensive line, man. The guy's extremely talented, man. What I would dare say, what I call Brian Bursey a dancing bear, I wouldn't call him that. Not quite. He's not a dancing bear. Not quite. He's not a He's usually it's a bigger guy that I would call that. Somebody like a guy like Vita Vea, a guy like has some agility, but the size of Vita Vea that moves like that. I would consider that guy like a dancing bear, something like that, I guess. Anyway, big ups to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in alive, man. Listen, fam, we're going to get ready to close it down. But listen, I promise y'all I will be back Monday. I will be doing a stream. I promise I'll open up the phone lines and take all you guys' calls tonight. So remember, tomorrow we got a new phone line system we're going to be operating with tomorrow. I'll make sure when we post a new stream to have that information put in the stream. So when we activate the phone lines, you guys can feel free to call in. It's a lot of the old stuff that we were doing, like the click link thing. Some of that will work on some people's phones. Sometimes it wouldn't work on your phone. So we're going to go back to doing the actual phone service. I used to use this back in the day when we do all of our old shows. I'm just kind of upgrading it and bringing it back. But shout out to Protect Safes. Brent, shout out his car thinking he won the game. Come on, man. Yeah, y'all seen I gave the advanced word salad alert just to let y'all.
Thank you. Get fucked too kind.
Thank you, Brent. Appreciate you, man. Much love. All right. Any questions, fam? Please feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, for the family members that's listening, thank y'all for being here this late. Shout out to the diehards. Appreciate y'all. Much love for being in the stream. There is a poll question out there, and I kind of messed up on. I was kind of rushing. Which was the best offense tonight? Which it should say it says offensive, but it should be which was the best offense tonight. And there are four options there: Derek Carr's offense, Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, and the fourth option is none of them. So feel free to chime in on the poll. Right now, Derek Carr is blowing them away 80% versus 17. None of them. 3% for Jake Haener, 0 from Spencer Rattler right now. Chime in. Let me hear what you guys think in the poll tonight. So, but big ups to you guys. All right, let me kind of keep doing this right here. KB says, Q, need to play Shawty Low song. They know every time Carr and DA talk. They know. Remix. Yeah. With Ludacris. Yeah, Wayne and Jeezy, best of all time, featuring Carr and DA. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. If I had a little bit more time, I'll play that shit right now. All right, big ups to you, man. Appreciate you. All right, Warriors 9 says Miller with the zone run will be really good to see. He's strong and fast. Yeah, I've seen a lot of positive things, man. Let's talk about positive tonight, right? And things that I've seen in the game. You guys have that. Please feel free to throw it in the chat for your questions while I'm kind of going over that. And I promise I'll do my best to answer them. Once again, thank you guys for chiming in tonight with your valuable time. Having fun right now before we late into Sunday night, baby. All right, so listen, this is what I seen tonight from the Saints offensive line. At first, a little rocky at first, but then the Saints offensive line started getting a little chemistry, a little synergy. Got to give a shout out to the black and gold doing what they were supposed to do. insofar as setting up everything and handling the business. They did a wonderful job tonight, making sure the offensive line stayed mostly out there. They got a lot of the reps. They were able to take off and do some positive stuff. So I'm very happy for that. Like you've seen some good running by Jamal Williams tonight. We've seen a lot of that happen. We've seen Trevor Penning answer some questions, at least for one night, about his play. Much better performance than the previous game. You got to give him that. Derek Carr showed a really good, solid performance leading the offense tonight. Didn't get a touchdown. Really, really, really good portion of the Saints offense was seeing Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, who got the long touchdown. Taysom Hill was awesome. You seen him blocking. You seen him running the ball. You see what I'm saying? You seen Taysom doing some stuff, and that's what we wanted to see Taysom doing in that fullback role. We seen a little bit of that night, and I like what I seen from Taysom, using him as a short yardage runner, blocker. So that was real positive. So it was some few things just to talk about. The Saints had a little synergy with the first team, seeing them kind of climb out of the hole on a few things. Another thing that I seen that was really positive was the Saints defense. The Saints defense, the first defense, the second defense, the young linebackers. The Saints have Kaliki Hudson. Anthony Orji was awesome tonight. We didn't see Monty Rice, but we seen Anthony Orji. He was awesome. Kaliki Hudson had some plays. Rico Payton made some plays. Rajon Wright made some plays. Really the linebackers, love those linebackers. A couple of our secondary guys stepped up. Seeing the positive there. Not so positive on the other side as the punting situation. Our punter situation is watching our punters, and the reporter asked Dennis Allen about it tonight. He's seen it. Watching our punter situation versus the 49er situation was so eye-glaring, it was ridiculous. Our punter situation needs help. Jordan Mims did some kick returning. Cedric Wilson was the punt return. There's still kind of murky waters as far as that. Who's those guys going to be? Peyton Turner and Isaiah Foskey need better. They both weren't what was happening tonight, to be honest with you. They both didn't look good. Kind of rough nights on those guys, especially Peyton Turner swiping at a 6'4" quarterback and missing them. Like half of them disappeared and reappeared. It was crazy. Not so positive on that front. Spencer struggled mightily in the game tonight. He got knocked around a little bit. He fumbled the ball. Didn't have it going on tonight. He's a rookie, so I expect that to happen. So they had a few things, man, there. Few things. We got to clean up. But outside of that, very encouraged for what we've seen, because the biggest question mark we have is the Saints offensive line. And they showed solid running tonight with our second string running back, our fourth string running back, fifth string run. When Jordan Mims was able to get an opportunity, you see Jamal Williams in there making plays, and Taysom Hill. So it was very positive, man. It's something to build on. And of course, the final preseason game will be coming up on the 25th against the Tennessee Titans. That'll be back in the Dome. The Saints will come home and get ready for the 2-0 Tennessee Titans. And this will be the last of the preseason games. And I told y'all, when these games get going, fam, they get going. We got one more preseason game, a week worth of practice for the preseason game. And then the Saints, after that, they'll have to cut the roster down to 53 and put guys in the street. And then we'll really see some stuff happen then. So one more preseason game, fam. And I told you, man, when they hit, it's downhill. And like I said, it's very positive, man, to be honest with you, to see what happens. So this is the next one, Tennessee and the Saints in the Dome. So this is going to be fun to see what happens there. See if the Saints can climb out and get some good stuff popping and snapping for the squad. So that's a couple of my take tonight on the Saints, man. They were able to get some positive stuff, a couple of negative things I mentioned, but not too much. They lose 16-10 tonight, and they had an opportunity at the back end of the game. The defense did a wonderful job in pretty much keeping them from scoring, making them kick field goals. And in the end, man, it's all good. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you, Eugene. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Christopher says, Q, do you think A.T. Perry goes on the practice squad? Man, A.T. Perry had a hard game tonight, bro. I don't think he goes on the practice squad, though. But he dropped the easy one, hit him right in the hands on the sideline. Y'all remember that? And then the last one, he was thrown at 6 times, I think. I remember saying 6 times. He caught 2 of them. Thrown at 6 times, caught 2. The last one, which was the touchdown ball, was thrown in the back of the defender. That was on Jake Haener. You got to put that ball up high so A.T. Perry can attack it up high. And he's a 6'5" wide receiver. That other guy was like, got to be less than 6 feet tall. He wasn't nearly as tall. You put that ball up high. If Jake Haener would have done that, I think A.T. Perry would have won the game for him. It just didn't happen that way. But I don't think he goes on the practice squad, bro. Not yet. I don't think A.T. Perry going to go on the practice squad. I think A.T. Perry is going to be a active squad member. I don't think they'll put him on the practice squad. Or to do that, they got to release him, and somebody going to claim him. I don't think he makes it there if you release him. Somebody else going to get him. All right. Yeah, he says AT missed a golden opportunity tonight. He did drive. He was thrown at 6 times. I want to say. I remember recapping the stream. He caught 2 of 6. Wasn't his best game by far. All right, but I still don't think he goes on the practice squad, fam. All right. Any other questions here, fam? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all, man, for being here tonight. I'm trying to see if I can see something. Yeah. All right. Kendall says he's a rookie though. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah. Spencer struggle. That's what rookies do, fam. Rookies struggle. Not lamb-based. And Hoffa says that's running back scheme was nasty work. But yeah. Kubi did a good job tonight. That's Jacob Kabodi did a wonderful job, but he a north-south runner. So if he can get north to south, he got power, and he did a good job running. The Saints, that's what it's showing me, like the Saints offensive line was doing a good job of opening up those lanes. Could you imagine Elvin Kamara and Jamal and Taysom, Kendre, when he makes it back, those guys hitting those lanes, doing that? It's a whole nother effect when your starters out there. Duke says, yes, Q, LB or we says LB Orgy. Yeah, played very. Yeah, oh yeah. He led the team in tackles tonight. He was phenomenal, man. He's a phenomenal player. All right, Snake says Haener overthrew a lot of passes, then underthrew on 4th down to A.T. Perry. Yes, this is true. CB Allen says, thanks for your time, Q. Very entertainment, fun. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you spending your valuable time with me in here watching, talking and acting up with the family members. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves tonight, man. Even though we lost the game. My thing is, man, let's have some fun while we, whether we win, lose, or draw, let's laugh, let's joke, let's have some fun here. That's what I'm about. I'm not, that's what I like to do with the family. Have fun, joke, and I try my best to entertain y'all. Byron says the running back ran the ball tremendous, that we got to do that in the season like we did tonight. Thank you, Byron. Appreciate you. Julius Perry thought it was he did, didn't he? All right. Tiger Fist says wide receiver blocking could have been better. Yeah, this is true, bro. Appreciate the point. Akilta says, Q, you think we might be right about this running game if we get it going? I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it the whole damn time, fam. Is that if the Saints can turn it on, brother, if they can run and do what they supposed to do, fam. If the Saints run the football, because that's the key to success for the Saints season, to have a deep playoff run, to win some playoff games, is the Saints have to rely on the running attack. They have to run the football. They got to run the football and get into the play action through the running game. That's how it has to go. They got to run the ball and operate the play action and get into Derek Carr. That's the Derek Carr you want. You want play action Carr. That's who you need. You need him play action and off of the running. Because I trust Elvin Kamara. I trust my running game, Taysom Hill. I trust them more than I do Derek Carr, because Derek doesn't know the offense fully to be relied upon. So your best way to eat up clock, to shorten to wear out opposing teams' defenses, is through the running attack. That changes everything. And if you can run the ball, setting up the play action, wearing out the opponent's defense, that helps out your defense to get after their offense. It all works together. But like I said, it's still questions like the special team stuff. Blake Grupe looks good at the kicker position, but our punters leave much to be desired. Our punters, Matt Highball kicked well tonight, but the other guy, Lou Hadley, man, that was Dennis Allen making a curious decision to get rid of Blake Gillikin. I thought Blake Gillikin was a very good punter. Now we're struggling with these guys, and we can't seem to get any American punters. We got to keep going, look over there. I don't understand. Matt, this punter we had, he wasn't all that great last year. He's a good story, but he really wasn't a solid punter for us last year. And this is rookie, and he was a rookie in the league, so I give him some leverage, some leeway. But you get another Australian punter. I'm like, man, can we get an established NFL veteran punter? Well, we got a fiddle faddle with inexperienced punters, man. Can we get somebody that know about how to place the ball, that's from America, that punted, has some experience punting? No disrespect to Australia, but I'm pretty sure they got some other punters that we could find that can actually punt the damn thing, because field position is going to be special. Look what the 49ers would have to do with the Saints. That guy was pinning the Saints back there, and they had to work from deep fields several times. That's a help when you can pin people back inside the 5-yard line with the defense on their neck. You think the Saints would have been able to survive tonight if they were playing the 49ers starters and they pinning them their backs against the goal line like that? That means a hell of a lot. We got to do better, man, with that punt situation. And we need to see what's happening with that punt returner. I like Jordan Mims did all right at the kick returner. We need to see what's up with the punt return. I'm still kind of leery on these special teams people. Kicker, I guess I'm all right with the kicker, but the punter situation and these returners, we got to figure that out, man, because that's a big part of the game that we not focusing on because we worried about a very important part of the game, which is the offensive line to run the ball. If we can't run the ball, we won't have success. And this is the thing. If Carolina or any of these teams meet up with the Saints when the regular season start, their game plan will be to stop the Saints from running the ball and force Derek Carr to beat them. That's what the game plan going to be. Can he do it? I would say early on he probably couldn't. He don't know enough of it. So you're going to have to learn how to run the ball and operate the play action. You got to do it. And they got to pick it up, man. So tonight was a positive sign that the Saints were able to put together, and they stayed out there for a while. They went out there and they had a long drive, and they were hell-bent on finishing with positive results, and they were able to do it. So I love that idea, even though we didn't win the game. But the greatest thing is what we got out of the game was the fact that the Saints offensive line got a lot of good reps today. Now, they probably not going to see these reps in the final preseason game against Tennessee. You probably won't even see those guys. So it was good for them to get that in here now, because when next weekend roll around and we see the Titans, it'll be between 2 weeks between the next the regular season game. So it's good that they got the reps in here now. So just to show. All right. So thank you for that, Kendall. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's a lot we still looking at, man. Dark Side says the O-line is the key to everything. It opens up the run game when leads to play action down the field. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Dark Side. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Yeah, Derek says soap dishes on. What's up, son of God? How you doing, fam? Says, why Dobbs keep killing us? I don't know, bro. Dobbs is one of them dudes. It's just, I don't know. It's just a very unique thing. He has some type of rhythm against the Saints. He did the exact same thing in the Minnesota game, 2 different offenses, I guess you could say. And he was able to run around and cause problems for us then. He caused problems for us tonight. He scrambled around and got the touchdown. But Jordan Howden makes the tackle. The Saints win the game because that score helped them get ahead. Jordan Howden makes that tackle. That's dead in the water. So we had a chance. They just didn't seize the opportunity. So it's one of those things, bro. Very crazy. Saints All Day says we got to look at a champion team tonight. Their backup QB, offensive line, defensive backup punter showed us a lot. Thank you, fam. Byron says, thank you. Like defense unit starters rush the passer. We should have a bunch of sacks, turnovers. Taysom ran damn good. He says we used to more running. Thank you, fam. Appreciate that. Nah, Derek, he didn't go down. Yeah, Howden had him though. Howden had an opportunity to get him, but he ran through Howden's hand tackle. I think he reached out with an arm or something. And that guy, Just ran right through that, man. You need to do better than that against Josh Jobs. Especially when you're trying to tackle him that low, you got to be able to lock on him or kind of trip him up or something, do something. Because he just ran right through his tackle. All right, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, Howden is in the season, he's in his rookie year. So if Howden's, it's hard to change. He make that tackle and he hesitated and missed. Yeah, he makes that. If you go back and watch the replay, when Howden missed the tackle, you could see him slamming his hands on the ground, like he was pounding the ground and up, in anger because he missed the tackle that gave up the touchdown. He was really upset about that, which is a good sign. Now I say you because if you play football before and if you play defense, I play linebacker and fullback. So if I miss the tackle that gave up a touchdown, I'm not going, it depends your body language. Like you could either be like sad or you could show you show different emotions. Him frustrated, slamming his hands on the ground like that means that he knows better. Like, man, I should have did this. Versus some guy that just missed the tackle. He just and he gets up and just walks off sad. No. It's a reaction. Him slamming his hand meaning, man, I should have had that. I don't do that, which means he'll go back to the drawing board and he'll work on that. He'll work on when those tackling drills come around, he's going to pay extra attention to that. That's how you do it. You don't be one of them guys like we used to have back in the day. The guy run through the tackle and then he just get up and walk off. Like, man, no, man. We need somebody that's upset so they can use that upsetness to improve upon their technique. So next time the guy don't run through your tackle. Because as a safety, sometimes you might be the last line of defense and you can't have that type of mentality where if a player runs through your arm, you just get up and walk off. No, you got to be frustrated because you the last line of defense. You got to make that tackle. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like you're a defensive end. You got guys behind you, linebackers or DBs that can maybe cover your mistake and chase the guy down. But if you're the last line of defense, there isn't any help for you. You got to make that tackle the majority of the time. He got a whiff of that tonight. He going to come back and improve on that. Trust and believe that. Because Jordan Howden is a good young player, man. You go watch the college film of Jordan Howden is a spectacular young player. He missed that tonight. That's going to get him on his game. All right. So Trevor Penning says, Pelican says is the best player of the game. He says player of the game talk because no penalties and no sacks. He did very well tonight. The entirety of the Saints offensive line was positive. Landon Young got good grades tonight. Landon Young did well. Trevor Penning gets the extra, hand. Let's clap it up for Trevor Penning. Give him a clap. Let's clap it up for him because he did well. Because if he hadn't, boy, he'd have been getting killed right now. They'd have been lambasting him, frying him and fricasseeing him right now. But the guy did good under all of that pressure. Let's not forget that. Let's make sure we understand what we're dealing with. He did very well under all that pressure. For people watching him saying this dude is garbage and all this kind of stuff. With all that pressure, he still performed admirably. That was a big, big sign of improvement because the Saints was looking at him, getting nervous. And he stepped up when pressure was on and he performed in a very admirable position. He did a very good job under all that pressure. So everybody looking at him, getting ready to throw him out of there. He did it, which that is a major check mark for Trevor Penning's confidence to be able to get through all of that pressure and make it happen. So yes, indeed, Pelicans know that's why I had to clap it up for Penning because, man, Penning been getting killed. He's been getting killed and he deserved it. And he deserved it tonight. He deserved it. Just like he got the blame then, he deserves the credit for tonight. That's being fair. You got to be fair. Derek said, if not charge, Dobbs ran into him. No time to make the move. And Sankey, you got to make the line. If you're the safety, bro, that's the mentality of a safety. There is no, you're the last line of defense, fam. You got to make the tackles. I know some people You don't have to say, well, he can't be perfect, but if you're the last line of defense, there is no defense behind you. You're it. You got to make the play. That's why that safety position is such a difficult position for many people to play. You know, it's tough. All right. Anyway, man, let me say, Tiger says, would you add Devin Cook to the mix as a home run threat? Nah, I probably wouldn't, bro. I'm happy. If the Saints can go with what they got, I think we got a good running back room. I like James Robinson. I like Mims, Jordan Mims. I think eventually you'll see a TCU running back. You'll see him in there eventually. He had a hamstring. He didn't play much of the preseason. He doing these little walkthroughs on the side. And when it comes down to it, I think he'll get an opportunity to play. Because if you bring in Dalvin Cook, I mean, what do you do with the rest of our guys? You know, what you do. I think we good. I think, like I said, I wouldn't touch my running back room, man. I wouldn't lie to you, brother. I wouldn't touch my running back. Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller, Jordan Mims, James Robinson, Jacob Caboti. Man, you seen them tonight. They all got, except for Alvin. Alvin didn't play, and Jamal played. Kendre Miller's obviously hurt, but you seen the Saints went through all of them guys. And you had Taysom Hill in there. They were phenomenal. I would not touch the running backs, bro. I wouldn't bring in Dalvin Cook. Plus, I think Dalvin Cook wanted to get paid. I think he wanted some decent amount of money. I think the Saints are good where they are. I wouldn't bring him in. Penning, tremendous, excellent job tonight. I believe him. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you there, Brother Byron. L. Bear says it looks scary when Penning gets bent backwards every game so far. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad technique. But he played, like I said, he played really well tonight. I can't take nothing from him. Wouldn't take a damn thing from him. All right, Big Valley, what's up, bro? All right, anyway, fam, let me see if I can get y'all the poll, last poll before we get on up out of here. To read over the poll, which offense was the best offense tonight? Derek Carr, Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, or none of them? So far in the poll, almost 100 people have voted. 76% out of the pollers says that Derek Carr's offense was the best offense tonight. 16% said none of them. 6% gave it to Haener, and only 2% for Spencer Rattler. So Derek Carr wins the night tonight. All right, Darkside said, would you consider trading Kamara for a lineman and use Hill as a running back? Hill does have a better yard per average, 5+ yards per carry. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because it's hard to find what I call a mismatch nightmares, MMNs. And we have one of the more ultimate mismatch nightmares in Alvin Kamara. And I have Taysom Hill, who's another mismatch nightmare. And I have 2 that you have to prepare for, plus Chris Olave, who's a mismatch nightmare. Rashid Shaheed, who would basically a NASA rocket on his back. He's super fast. So we have several mismatch nightmares on our one offense that we can use. And you can have Taysom to be a fullback, Elvin as his running back. God help anybody in the defense once we get this going. The game is all about mismatches. And if you have multiple ones on your offensive line, do you not understand how incredibly difficult that is to find matches for these guys? There is no matchup from Alvin Kamara, unless you might have a phenomenal player like the kid from Dallas who might come out there. I mean, but these guys are far and few in between. And then there's one of them. You have to have multiple stoppers for these mismatch nightmares that we have. We have several of them on our offense. And then there are guys that feed off of those guys that are under them that can benefit because they're out there, that can come in and help you. So now I wouldn't trade him for an offensive lineman. I actually think there'll be offensive linemen available after the cut day. And I do think the Saints will claim a veteran offensive lineman onto the team. I don't think he'll be a starter, but I think he'll be a guy that if something was to happen to one of your young guys, that you could put him in there. I do think the Saints are going to do that, but I would not trade Alvin Kamara for anybody at this stage of his career because we need him. He's not a beat-up ass running back. He can give you value just like McCaffrey's given the 49ers last year if you use him correctly. If the Saints are putting in that offense similar to what the Niners are doing, why would I not think that Kamara can put up similar numbers, if not outdo those numbers? I'm really intrigued to see if Alvin Kamara can lead the NFL in rushing or be a top 3 rushing guy. That's something that's one of probably the only things that he hadn't done. He ain't never done that. He never eclipsed. The crazy part about it is Alvin Kamara never eclipsed 1,000 yards in a season. Can you believe that? People are like, damn, that's crazy, Q. It's true. He almost did it in the C19 year, but he did something stupid. He went out to a club, contracted C19, and affected several members of the team, including coaches. And the Saints, instead of waiting for the NFL to punish him for that, the Saints forced him not to play in the final game of the, because he did it right before the last game of the season. It was the Carolina game, and they shut him down and punished him by making him play that game. But then they let him play in the I think it was the Bears game. The playoff game was the Bears game that year, I want to say. But yeah, he did something stupid. Had he not went to the club or wherever he went, I forgot. I think it was the club. He went to the club, did something stupid. He went to the club and got sick, infected all of this, like several people. His running back, most of the running backs got affected by his ass. And that was stupid. I was pissed off at him at that time because that's incredibly stupid and reckless for him to do that. But, they made it through it. He played in the playoff game. But the reason why I say that is because he was like 80 yards or whatever it was from hitting 1,000 yards in a season. And because he did that, that was the closest he came to it. But I would love to see him do that this year. It's like eclipsing and maybe even be like try to lead the league in rushing. I would love to see him go for that, like what Christian McCaffrey did. Like they often compare the two, but McCaffrey has done some stuff that Alvin Kamara hasn't done. Last year he led the league in rushing. He had like 14 rushing touchdowns. I would love to see Alvin Kamara do that type of stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to see that. What's up, Colorado? How you doing, fam? Yeah, I told people our running back room is fire, man. When, Charles says, Q, in this offense, AK could have 1,500 yards by week number 12. If we play it straight, we'll be all right, bro. And that's the same thing. Kubiak came here. He left the 49ers. He came to the Saints. They asked him the question, hey, man, why did you come to the Saints? And people are like, well, this, because the situation, they're not being mean at the Saints. They're saying, listen, Dennis Allen is in his final year. Obviously, if Dennis Allen doesn't fail, he's going to get fired. You're going to lose your job. Why not just stay in San Francisco? You got a safe job as the passing game coordinator with Kyle Shanahan. Your daddy knows his daddy, and you know him. Y'all been working together. Why not just stay here and wait for another opportunity? He came out here. He told the interviewer he did it for the players. He said, I because of the players. Who players he talking about? You know who he talking about. There's Alvin Kamara. There's Taysom Hill. It's Kyle Juszczyk. That's what I've been saying. That Saints showed you a little bit at the night. Taysom Hill is Kyle Juszczyk. Alvin Kamara is Christian McCaffrey. Chris Olave could be better than what they have out there. No disrespect to those guys out there, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and guys like that. But the Saints have talent all over the place. We don't have to be exactly the 49ers, but we have the talent. We have the personalities we need. We have the talent where it needs to be. And Derek Carr, even though Derek Carr is not as accurate as you would want him to be, play action Carr, it does work because he runs the play action really well. So, all right. Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping, man, that's one thing I would love to see Alvin Kamara get, eclipse 1,200 yards in the rushing season. He's under a contract year. That's another thing to add into that too, family. Usually players, when they're facing, he's in the contract year. When they're facing contract year, they usually ball out and do their very best. So this is he playing with a chip on his shoulder. He wants a contract, and what a way to do it is to lead the league. So the Saints will be smart. Mickey Loans be smart to sign him right now. If you're going to sign him right now and don't, because if he starts piling them stats and doing all this type of shit, you're going to owe more money. You might want to kind of jump ahead of the curve, Mickey. We know Mickey ain't fast on the switch all the time. Big Valley says that O-line going to be a factor. Indeed, it's going to be. That's what it's all. They look good tonight, but with more reps, they will improve. That's the whole point of the emphasis of what I'm saying is Look how they look tonight. More reps mean they improve. Because if Jamal Williams can do that, if Jordan Mims can do what he was doing, and you seen what James Robinson was doing, imagine what Alvin Kamara could do. If Alvin Kamara can do that, if they can do it, and if they can be able to stay healthy and do what they're supposed to do, open up the lane, Saints should be able to. They won't be perfect, but they'll do enough to win. Keep the miscues down, the turnovers to a minimum, be able to hit on the passes, do what they got to do, and they'll be fine. You see the defense will be fine. The defense will fire off. Chase Young was another bright. We talked about Isaiah Foskey, the slow man. We talk about Peyton Turner. But Chase Young looked good today. Chase Young was out there running around making plays, chasing people down, providing pressure. Chase Young looked good out there. So it's a lot of positive stuff to talk about, fam. But listen, like I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow, do another recap on the show, open up the phone lines tomorrow afternoon, so y'all can chime in, and I'm here for you guys and tell me what y'all think about everything that's going on with the team and all that, and so forth and so forth. So with that being said, I'm going to get out on that. Shout out to all you guys. Hit the like button if you hadn't hit it. Please feel free to share the show on your social media feed. If you listen via Twitter or X, rather, listen through X, give us a retweet. It helps to stream out, man. And listen, great win tonight great effort tonight by the Saints in the loss. They lose to the Niners 6-10. So we'll return next week. The next game is against the Tennessee Titans in the Superdome. We'll be back on our Monday recap stream with the open phone line segment. I'll holler at y'all on the next one, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love to the fam. Who dat? And I'm out.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a who dat. Lose or winning, I'm a who dat. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who dat. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Fucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, like this, and I'm a who dat. Every day I'm living, I'm a who dat. Lose or winning, I'm a who dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who dat. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.